Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Bi Guys. I'm excited to be back. It's been a little while since the last episode, probably a little too long. Thank you for your patience. I actually had edited this episode about a month ago. I was very close to the end of the edit and ready to post it when iMovie got all messed up and I lost all of the work. Thankfully, I didn't lose the audio, but I lost my work. I was very upset, but it all is for the best. It's given me some opportunities to rework some things, look for some new editing software that will streamline things, and to refine some other things about my coaching practice that I thought were ready to announce back then, but in fact were not. And I will be excited to announce them today. So in just a moment, we'll get into the episode. I have 3 episodes recorded at BFF this year, which is the Bi F Fest. Maybe I can just say Bi Fuck Fest. Can I say that? That's what it's called. We've done episodes about it in the past. This is an explicit episode now. Last year I did 1 episode about summer BFF. It was my second time there. This year it was winter BFF I went to in January. And a lot of people wanted to be interviewed. It was not hard to find people, especially after the first episode. So I've got 3 episodes for you. Part 1 is today. And they're all really fascinating. I really love these interviews. But before we get there, I just wanted to share a quick note about my coaching practice. I've been making this podcast now since 2019. Hard to believe it's been that long. We're closing in on 100 episodes. So whether you are new or coming back, I am really glad you're here. Welcome to the Two Bi Guys community. If you have been listening, or if you are starting to listen, and something I'm talking about here resonates with you, I want you to know that this is exactly the kind of work that I have been helping people explore in coaching. I have been on a coaching journey for a little over 2 years now. I love the work. It feels very aligned with who I am. And it really works. Like, I hire coaches for myself too, because I really do see the value and magic in it. And I've especially been leaning into group coaching lately. And these group cohorts have been really magical and amazing, just to build this bi community and see people learning from each other. It's really been wonderful, and I'm loving this work. I've decided to just simplify my offer and make it really, really easy and more accessible for you to step in with it. So if something resonates, trust that feeling. If you feel like you want to meet me and share your story with me and see what we could explore in coaching, trust that feeling. And you can now book a complimentary coaching session with me, not just an intro call, but an actual coaching session. We will talk about what's going on in your life, get some clarity, and you'll get a real sense of what it's like to work together and where we could be and what could be transformed in your life through this process. And if you do that complimentary session and it feels like something you want to continue, we'll talk about the next steps from there. I am trying to keep things simple and flexible, and I really don't want cost to be the thing that gets in the way. So if you have been curious, I really encourage you to reach out and we will make it work somehow. If you're interested to learn more or book a session, head to robertbrookscohen.com. It'll be in the show notes. Okay, that's coaching. I'd love to meet you and work with you. BFF. This episode is about BFF. We've got a ton of interviews over the next 3 episodes. I couldn't figure out any better way to present them to you than in the order they were recorded. So here they are. Basically, if you haven't listened to the last BFF episode, BFF is a biannual event, twice a year event in Palm Springs. It takes place at the Exotic Dreams Resort, which is a clothing optional resort in Palm Springs. It is a 4-day, essentially, play party. There is a ton of play happening. There are over 250 people there at the summer, over 200 in the winter. It is obviously a play-centered event, and yet what you will hear in these interviews, and if you remember last year's episode, the most important thing about it is the community, and that is what keeps bringing people back. The sex is like the icing on the cake, but the validation and acceptance of bisexuality, particularly bisexual men, and the atmosphere is just really lovely and sweet and caring and accepting. And my experience at this BFF was even more about the community and talking to people rather than the play, because I was on a plant medicine diet in January when I went to BFF. I almost didn't go, but my friend Hannah had heard about it and wanted to go, and I had been talking about it with her, and so I ended up deciding to go. But as part of this plant medicine diet, in addition to a strict food diet, no salt, no unnecessary media, other things. In addition to all that, the diet included no sex or masturbation, no intentional raising of your sexual energy. Some of you have heard about my plant medicine journey as well. This particular diet was not necessarily psychedelic. It wasn't planning for a psychedelic experience. The diet itself, you could say, was mind altering in and of itself. And I was communing with a sacred plant. And by eliminating certain things from your diet and eliminating unnecessary media and eliminating sexual energy, you create a clearer channel to the wisdom of the plants, and you just become a clear vessel. And so that's what was going on for me when I was at BFF and when I recorded these interviews. So I just say that because you may hear us talking about my celibacy during that period. Pretty soon after BFF, that plant medicine diet ended. And then interestingly, a couple months later, at the end of March, I had another psychedelic plant medicine experience. And I got this strong hit to explore celibacy, this intuition to explore celibacy. So interestingly, maybe that planted the seed when I was at BFF. But as I edit this and put it out, I am also exploring a 3-month period of celibacy. So it's been quite interesting for me to listen to these interviews while I'm in this period. And I will just say, like, there is nothing wrong with sex. There is nothing wrong with sexual energy. It is a beautiful thing. It is wonderful. Obviously, this podcast is about sexual energy in many ways and why our desires are divine and why expressing ourselves authentically, both our identity and our sexual energy, is very important and healing. And yet, right now, I'm also experiencing that there's a flow to all these things, an ebb and a flow. And there is a season for everything. And there are definitely things I was doing that were using my sexual energy excessively. And I am noticing that more and noticing how my sexual energy flows and how it's related to my creative energy and what else is able to come through when I'm not releasing my sexual energy as much as I have been. So I'm learning a lot, and I'm excited to share more about this journey as we go. I'm about 6 weeks into this current period of celibacy. And yet I know that I really needed my slut era, especially when I was like just coming out as bisexual. There was a lot I needed to explore to understand myself, and I'm very glad I did those things. So I trust all of it, and I trust the timing of it all. And it's just interesting that this is going to be put out while I'm celibate, because you will hear about a lot of sex stuff in this episode. So I hope you enjoy this episode about BFF. If you are interested in attending BFF, it is not something you can just easily Google or find on the internet, but you can connect with the organizer, Brad. He is on multiple lifestyle websites, Cassidy, SDC, or Lifestyle Lounge at the profile Cute Ones, Cuteones, or on SLS or FetLife at Cute Ones with the number 1, Cuteones 1. I will also put all that in the show notes, so contact Brad. He will get you on the email list and you can attend BFF. Brad and his wife will be in the 3rd installment of this series, so stay tuned. You will hear from them and hear how they got involved with BFF and what it's like to organize this event. But first, we'll start with some interviews I did in the pool. I brought my phone and my microphone into the pool on the last day because that's where everybody was. And so that's where I recorded these interviews. If you can picture it, there's dozens of people at the pool this afternoon, probably 100 people, some all around there coming in and out. Most of them are naked. Some of them are having sex around us on the cabana beds. you are not allowed technically to have sex in the pool. That doesn't mean I didn't see some sexual energy in the pool. And yeah, I just walked around with my mic interviewing people. So enjoy this series of interviews. First up, we have Shay and his partner, Scarlet. Enjoy. It's not a video, no video.
No, I know it's not, but in my mindset, I'm like, look, I'm in a picture.
This is the one podcast where I don't do video. I don't think that would be appropriate. Here, would you like to hold this?
Sure.
Don't get it wet, and just tell us a little about yourself and what brings you here.
Okay. Well, my code name is Shay. I've been here. This is our 5th time here. I'm with my wife. We're both bi. We came out in 2017 on the same night. And we came down, kind of pushed our boundaries, came down a couple years back, and just everybody was so cool and friendly and sexy, and the environment's great, and we've been coming back ever since.
Cool. Tell me about coming out on the same night.
Well, you want to say it? Oh, no, so we've been swinging since 2012, and I think it started at an orgy one night, and my wife decided she wanted 2 dicks in her mouth. It just kind of happened, and mine was one, and another guy, and our dicks are touching, and I'm like, this isn't terrible. And then she was getting, like, it's her thing. She loves it. And then just kind of thinking about it, and it just kind of evolved. I thought about it more and more, and then women approach her, and it just, one night we were talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, I might suck a dick, you know. And then she's like, well, I'm kind of interested too. Next thing I know, we started talking about it, and there we were, both out. You know, it was on date night over dinner at our local pub. So.
And you had do you want to share also or no?
Well, like for me, like in my, here, sorry.
Something like that.
So when we were swinging, I was like, I can never be with a woman. Like never. And then we're like, maybe that's kind of hot. And then we would talk and we'd be like, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, that's hot. I think I could do that. But I feel like when we came out, we're kind of like, oh, okay, we're both bi.
Yeah. And then we look back. And you look back over all the years and stuff, and people telling us, oh, yeah, I think you're bi. Like, no, I'm not bi. I'm straight. I look back, it's like, fuck, all the signs were there. You know, going back to middle school, high school.
Oh yeah, like yeah. What do you look back on and remember?
Like a lot of peers be like, oh, you saw dick, you're a fag, blah blah blah, and all that nasty shit that kids say. And that never bothered me. It was like, okay, there's a dick there, you know, I don't think it's gross, I don't think it's hot, it's there, okay, it's part of the sexual act. I see, like, that's cool. So it never bothered me. That might have been clue 1. And then the Fab Five. I don't know if you know who they are. Yeah, I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, they're kind of attractive for dudes. You know, I like girls, but those are attractive dudes. And then over the years, look back, like, yeah, okay, yeah, they're hot, blah blah blah. So, and then I don't know what else. You see the signs.
Duran Duran.
Yeah, Fab Five.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I've never heard that nickname.
What's your favorite part of BFF?
At the end of the day, the friends I make, you know, the sex is fun too. People watching, everybody's been real nice. I mean, watching pole dancers poolside while you're naked. How awful is that? Yeah.
A lot of things happen poolside.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to share with everyone?
Live every moment you can. That's a hard lesson I learned, right? Learn to be present, because then you get to experience things like this. You know, you can be afraid of it and then not do it, but you open your mind and try it out. You might like it, and you keep doing it. If you don't have to.
Yeah.
But have fun. Live life to the fullest as much as you can.
Cool.
That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not very wise.
No, that it is very wise. It's simple, but people don't do it, and it's like it's so people. You know, it's so scary to take these leaps. You think it's going to change everything or change your identity or your life, and it's like, well, it doesn't. You're the same person. You can go back if you don't like something. In other realms, we try stuff and we adjust, and in this one, it's like, if you touch a dick, you're gay, but not really.
Nope.
That's just what people think. Yeah. Cool. You want anything else you want people to know? What's your favorite part?
I think my favorite part is being out in the open and having sexual adventures poolside. Like that's really cool and fun.
Yeah.
And then
She likes to watch.
what was it? It was 3 BFFs ago. We went to someone's room.
It was last winter.
Oh, sorry, last winter.
Uh-huh.
We got invited for shots, and then it turned into an orgy. So that was really fun. An orgy with many people.
Lovely.
Yeah.
But all the girls, women, all the women kind of started off to themselves, and they had a train going up the bed and up the wall, and us guys were standing there just kind of watching, enjoying ourselves, and then it's like, hey, we can have fun too. So we started having fun, and then after all the trains rotated, they all converged at the station, and it was quite fun.
Wow. I love it. Everyone can have fun here, no matter who's in the room.
Yep.
I heard somebody yesterday said they don't like the word orgy, but she wanted to have a 13-way instead.
Okay.
For some reason, the word orgy didn't work for her, but she was going to go have a 13-way. So, whatever you call it,
Yes.
it's all the same.
All
Cool.
fun.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, that was Shay and Scarlet. And next up is an interview with my friend Hannah, who is the reason I ended up at this BFF, even though I was celibate. Thank you, Hannah. Here's Hannah. Here, you want to introduce yourself and what brings you here?
Hey. I am friends with Rob, your host, and
Friends of Rob should be a club.
and I have a lot of clout coming here because I'm friends with Hot Rob. And we're lying in the pool. There's someone who's sitting eating a sandwich in the cabana, and then right behind her, these two guys are making out. It's very hot.
Yeah, tell us what we're seeing around the pool, right?
Around the pool, there's also this pair of three, this couple, and a new friend they made here. And they had some fun on Friday, and they're having a little repeat performance right now. They've been going at it for about an hour, I think.
They were making a lot of noise, too. Like, lovely noise.
And then we have a pole right by the pool, and our friend is teaching other people how to do moves that I don't even know the names of. Got a lot of applause. We have some people knitting. We have some people talking about harm reduction, best practices. We have
Really?
a lot of,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, over there, they're talking about it. We have someone who's sitting down right now. I think he's about to get his dick sucked at the edge of the pool.
I just sold him one of my books.
Nice.
Now he's getting his dick sucked.
Did you sign it for him?
I signed it for him.
Nice. Okay, we have another new friend that I just met here. Oh, the person who was just learning how to do pole, she stubbed her toe on that earlier and did hurt her toe. So I'm very impressed she went back near it. Okay, yes, he is getting his dick sucked now.
And what did we see yesterday by the pool? Do you want to share?
Oh, God. Yeah, I think you should ask him to share about that experience.
Actually, I should. It was Peter from last year's episode. So how does BFF compare to your expectations?
I think it lives up to all the things that you said it would in terms of everybody just being so friendly. I feel like it's such a nice place to just come and meet people. And honestly, I was like, I'm just looking forward to having, which is funny to say about coming here. I'm looking forward to having just a relaxing Palm Springs weekend and laying in the sun, relaxing in the pool, hanging out in the hot tub, dancing, meeting new people. And yeah, everyone's just so friendly. Like, you tell anyone it's your first time and they're just so nice and warm and friendly. And already just being here for 2 days, it's fun to walk around and be like, oh, hey, you again. Nice to see you. So yeah, everyone is so friendly.
Yeah. Cool. And as you say that, there's another dick sucking happening in the hot tub.
Where?
In the hot tub.
Oh, nice. No, I'm really like my head's on a swivel. I mostly go to sapphic play parties, and a lot of people that I hang out with are like queer and lesbian and more femme, and I think there's really this narrative of like, oh, I don't want to be around men at play parties and in those spaces, but I think that's what I love about being at a space like BFF where masculinity is just so hot because it is queer masculinity. And
Interesting.
yeah, so it's really awesome to be in this space because I'm not often at straight play parties where partners are there and women can hook up and that's hot, but men can't really touch each other. And being in a space like this where men are sucking more dicks than anyone and getting touched, like it's just really awesome to see the intimacy and like the sensuality between men. It's just really beautiful and special.
Cool. Does this space feel safer to you than other spaces with men? And if so, like why do you think?
Yeah, totally. I think that I'm more interested in watching men play with each other than having one-on-one play with men.
Them pursuing you all the time.
Yeah, and also I think if I'm going to hook up with men, I like hooking up with queer men. Just having like that shared identity is really nice, and knowing there's just endless combinations and possibilities being in this space. It's not just, oh, this is what's going to happen because like this is the type of play that's allowed. It's like every possible combination happens here, which is awesome.
Cool. Lovely. All right. Any final thoughts or anything you want people to know?
Yeah, Hot Rob is really brave for coming to a weekend-long play party and not being able to have sex. So you should all tell him that you're really proud of him.
Yeah, what do you think of the fact that I'm doing this? It's your fault, actually, because I wouldn't have come at all. But you encouraged me, and I was like, I guess I could go and not have sex.
I think it could totally be hard, but also it's super fun to be in this space and be a voyeur. And so if you're someone where you're kind of nervous about being in a space like this and you're not really sure what you'd want to do or if you'd want to play, I would say, it's still such a welcoming space to come to and just meet new people. Yeah, I know, it's improvisation. This is our friend who just got off the pole and was doing fabulous tricks and everyone was applauding.
Nice work. I'm enjoying being here and not having sex. I mean, I had lots of sex the last 2 times, and this is a different experience, but it's not any less enjoyable, actually. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, honestly, like being in Palm Springs and lying in the sun and hanging out in a pool and meeting awesome people, having great conversation, watching fun shit happening all around you. Like, it's a pretty great way to spend your weekend.
Totally. Cool. Thank you, Hannah. All right, that was my friend Hannah. Next up, we have Vinny and his female partner who has remained anonymous. She joins midway through the interview. Enjoy Vinny and his partner. Okay. So tell us a little about yourself and what brings you here.
Yeah, so this is my second BFF. I came, our first one, this is my partner, no name.
Cool. We can be anonymous here.
Yeah,
There's
anonymous.
no video on this podcast episode.
And the first BFF was overwhelming for me.
Was a what?
Overwhelming for me. A lot of stuff going on, and
Can happen.
just not sure what to do, and not a lot of insecurities, and like and then this time it's been amazing.
Yeah.
And just with support from my partner, who is female, has let me be myself with a lot of conversations with her. Meaning, are you okay if I just go and do my thing? Yeah.
Is that different from last time?
Because I also have a lot of codependency stuff where I don't want her to be. So if I'm off with someone, I want her to be okay. But my urge is to be off with other people. So it's been great. I mean, just now this morning after our conversation, I've just been with how many people? 4 or 5 in the last hour and a half because she told me it's okay, and then we check in after and say, "How are you doing?"
That was the assignment.
That was our assignment.
You go do you and don't worry about me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, but the bisexuality has been a struggle for me.
Yeah. Say more. Yeah. How's that?
And I grew up Catholic, Hispanic family. Not wanting to be, not enjoying, like, or thinking about wanting to be with a guy. And then when I finally was at the first BFF, I'm like, I like dick, but not that much.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. It's a spectrum.
Yeah. And I'm like, but I also like being with women, and I'm like the 80% women and like 20% men. I still haven't been bottomed yet, which is one of my things I wanted to do here.
Oh, cool.
Haven't found the right person. We are poly, so I also like cherish the connection, but also wanted to be here and saying I don't need to have a connection with anyone. I just need to be able to enjoy myself sexually, which has been like the struggle between like, do I really need to have a connection with someone, or can I just have sex?
And what's ended up happening so far this week?
So
how
this
connected are you?
So this morning it was a lot of sex with no connection.
And
Good job.
And how did you enjoy that?
I loved it.
Cool.
I loved it, and for me, it's more about pleasing other people. I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to connect and have sex, I will with them and have a great time. But then I'm good.
Yeah. Cool. And like, what, if anything, have you learned from these conversations you two are having with each other, or like, how has it changed your relationship, if it has?
Checking in, finally being able to say this is what I struggle with, and saying I struggle with. So like when she's away, so she goes to take a nap, goes to other things, I go crazy. But when she's here, I hesitate about being with other people, kissing other people, caressing other people, because I'm afraid that that's going to cause her discomfort.
I live in LA.
So,
But you're like more able to talk to each other about that this time, or is?
I think we've always been good about talking about it.
yeah, we've always had great conversations about it. It's just
Being able to act on
acting on.
and trusting.
Trust the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the challenge is.
Yeah, and I kept like looking around, and I'm like, okay, I'm having sex again, and now I'm having sex again, and I'm having sex again, and I'm like,
I'm fine.
and then I checked in with her. I'm like, are you okay? She goes, yeah, I'm okay.
Cool.
I hope.
Funny how that works.
But I still think like, are you really okay, or you just tell me you're okay?
Yeah, that's the deeper work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it newer for you that you're okay with it, if you want to answer, or is it Is it a process, or are you?
It's a process, and I want to say it's like it's a journey where sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's hard. So this weekend is different than the last time we were here, and it has its own unique challenges because that's the way relationships work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. New stuff always comes up. You get over one hill, and then there's another one.
just when you think you got your shit together, something else comes up, and you're like, fuck me.
See, this BFF is like a psychedelic journey. It's meant to you're growing and expanding with each new experience.
It's intensive, hands-on therapy by fire.
Yeah.
If you allow it to be.
I like that as it's therapy because it is like you're forced to confront things that normally you're not. Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can also just have fun and play and not think about any of it. But that's not usually the way we operate.
Cool. Good job pushing to your edges and confronting stuff. Anything else you want to share or final thoughts? Either of you? What do you want people to know about BFF?
I think it's a great community. I think it's a great. I met a lot of great people even from last time, and it like becomes more comfortable. Like the more I come, like not come that way, but the more I come in,
that too, right?
I get to meet more people. I get to like talk to people and like see like where they're at. I think one of the biggest things, and with this is the this not the stigma, but like the wearing condoms. What are you comfortable with? Not being pressured into like. And this last time, I've heard a lot of great conversations about like, I'm gonna use a condom. Okay. I'm not gonna use a condom. I had just a quick conversation with someone saying, most guys always say that they don't feel good without a condom, or like they with a condom, right?
Yeah.
And my honesty is like, it's more about connection to me than a condom. Because if I'm using a condom and I'm having sex with you, it's more mental than actual feeling. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and everyone's different, and that's cool that people are checking in more about it and actually communicating it instead of just assuming. Yeah, cool.
It feels like this time around, there's more open conversations about it instead of just trying to convince people.
Yeah.
Whereas before,
It's like
people that are like, well, we're on prep and we're on PEP and you should be too, and so, and it feels like there's a little more respect around that in the conversations this time. It's like, just because that's your choice, that's great, but it's also completely viable and reasonable for other people who are like, I understand that, and I also want you to use a condom.
Yeah.
It feels a little more inclusive in that area this time than it has in the past.
Cool. I wonder why. I wonder what's changed, but it's great that it has. There's no like signs up that say to do that, but maybe the culture is shifting.
There was a shift, I think, in the Telegram conversations ahead of time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, there's been more conversations in Telegram about just because you test and you're on prep, there's STIs are still STIs, and you can still get other things. And it's not like
it doesn't obligate somebody to then have force you to have sex without a condom. It's like, I get it, you have a clean test. My comfort level is still what my comfort level is.
Yeah.
And I feel like the conversations were handled a little more delicately instead of like, this is the right thing. It's like, well, it is for you, It's a little more vulnerable and real.
And I feel like the women are being more vocal about what they
Good.
versus a very masculine. Well, it feels way better without a condom. Okay, good for you. But a woman might need other things besides that.
Right.
Yeah. And if you choose to wear, if you want a condom, then you're gonna have someone use a condom.
Or we don't care.
or we don't play.
Yeah, right.
And
Good,
that's
good.
okay too.
Right. And it's good for you for holding the boundary, and then it's good for other people for accepting the conversation. Maybe it's because BFF turns 21 this year, so like it's maturing. It's getting
it's actually
growing
growing
up.
up.
Yeah. It's an adult and it can actually use a
can actually
condom and
consent
yeah. Cool. Well, thank you both so much for joining.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you so much. That was Vinny and his partner. Next up are my friends L and B. You'll hear a little bit about this, but I had met them previously and told them about BFF, and this was their second time. Here are my friends L and B. Cool. So, yeah, tell me a little about yourselves and what brings you here. Me.
We live in San Francisco, and you bring us here.
Want to tell the story?
Sure. So I had met Rob at a sex party in LA, and we ended up, and another friend there as well, and then we ended up having a lot of fun. And then I asked him where he had met the other person. He said BFF, and I was like, that sounds like a good time. And he invited me to come and said to bring my boyfriend.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
And yeah, what brings you? Tell us about yourself.
And then that's what brought me to BFF 6 months ago for the first time.
Lovely.
And
Yeah, I was like, I got invited to this 4-day bi orgy by a guy I met at a sex party. Want to come? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And now here we are.
Lovely. And how? What do you think? Like, what was your first impression last year?
Last year we showed up and there was probably, I don't know, 200 naked people in the pool. And it was like, which was a little bit surprising walking in, but you just quickly find out everyone's very chill and nice, and it's just like fun to float around and talk to people and learn about their various stories.
What was your impression?
yeah, I was really impressed and really liked the energy. Our journey to being in an open relationship sort of came through like Burning Man and exploring through the Orgy Dome and things like that. And the energy here reminds me of like Burning Man, non-judgmental, sort of like anything goes energy that I like really like, and like it's hard to find in the rest of the world.
Yeah, cool. And can you tell us a little about your relationship and like how it's evolved to this point? Because it didn't start out this way.
Yeah, so we have been together for 15 years, a little more than 15 years. And the first 10-ish years were monogamous. We were, just in a relationship with each other, and then decided that it would be nice to be able to explore a little bit and date other people, since we had never really even dated other people much as adults. And so we decided to open up, and when we opened up, I decided I wanted to start dating women, and then we kind of followed suit, and we started going to play parties and meeting other people, and now here we are.
Cool. Did you both know you were bi? Like, when did you realize?
I feel like I remember being quite young, like in my early 20s, and like talking to me, and I remember saying something like, dating women doesn't seem like a bad idea. Like, maybe it would be like something interesting to try. And so I feel like it was something that we had kind of toyed with for a long time, but never like really explored until we opened up.
Yeah. How about you?
Similar. I think I grew up in a very like progressive, like accepting environment, and so was like allowed to explore femininity somewhat, and had like long hair, like long blonde hair for various periods as a kid. I would be like mistaken for a girl and things. So I guess like, yeah, it's always been like a thread, but most specifically started exploring it after we opened up and through parties like this. Yeah.
Although a dead giveaway is earlier, people would ask us who, like, if we had a celebrity crush, who we would hook up with. And I'd always say Ruby Rose, and we would always say Arnold Schwarzenegger. And And this was like when we were monogamous, like very early on. So,
But we're straight.
Yeah. So there's that.
That's funny. And so what's your favorite part of BFF? Either last one, this one, overall?
People are, I feel like going in, I'd see people in the chat say things that they were going to do here, and I was like, wow, that's ridiculous. Like, I can't believe people are like coming up with that. And you get here, like, oh, they weren't kidding. Like, they meant everything they said. And it's neat just to see people be exploring and having your mind kind of open up by the activities different people are into and engaged in. And everyone's also just really nice. It's fun to chat and learn from other people and how they ended up here.
What are some things you've seen that you didn't think were real or that you haven't seen elsewhere?
I did see somebody have an entire foot in their ass yesterday, and so that was a new experience for me. I had not seen that.
Yeah. A lot of people saw that. That was a whole show.
It did have an MC, so
there was an announcement made that we gathered. There was a whole preamble. What's your favorite part of BFF?
Also,
the foot.
the foot was memorable. I think also like I kind of like just general like voyeurism, watching other people do sexy things, and so like being able to sit in the hot tub and watching multiple hot people hook up around you is fun and sexy, and yeah.
I like just love seeing the variety of things happening and people do like the people they're doing it with, and just like you meet people and then the next day you see them in these different combinations with someone else you met and you're like, I didn't expect them to be together, but okay, cool. Like, and it's always happening all around us. Probably right behind me and certainly right behind you.
Really a 360 view all the time.
Yeah. This is a good spot to be.
Yes. An important characteristic is there's cabanas around the pool, and it says specifically cabanas are only for sex. You cannot sit in the cabanas.
Every hotel should be like that. Cool. What else? Anything else you want people to know about BFF or about like sexuality in general?
We thank Rob for bringing us to BFF and think you should come too.
Cool. Anything else?
And thank you to this venue. It is epic, and the most significant thing about it is there's no sex in the pool signs like permanently mounted everywhere.
And yet we've defined we're bending the definition of sex in the pool, because I did see someone get an underwater blowjob a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we're constantly testing that boundary.
Yeah. I haven't seen full penetration in the pool. I guess that's really the main thing. And then also can I share that you were the one giving the show that someone else was telling us about at the pole over there by the side of the pool. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I do pole dancing for fun, not professionally, but it's a form of exercise and dance form I enjoy, and so someone conveniently brought a pole here, which I wasn't expecting, and so I was just practicing little tricks on it, and some people came over and I started giving lessons, so that was fun.
And it is literally right next to the pool. And how did it feel to have a bunch of spectators?
I'm not used to being the center of attention, but it was nice that people were encouraging.
That's funny to hear you say, because I have seen you be the center of attention here a couple of times. Cool. Well, thank you guys for being on the podcast, and I'm glad you came here and brought me to Burning Man. I did the reverse. My entry was all this sexuality stuff, and then 10 years later, I went to Burning Man. But I see the connection. Yeah.
It was so fun running into seeing you at Burning Man, and then like the number of times we randomly ran into you on the playa was like magical.
Yeah.
And
yes. That was crazy. There was that one night we were like way out deep, and I was by myself, and I think doing some acid or something, and I just like, you popped up there. I was like, what are the odds? The odds of this are astronomical.
1 in 8,000 or something.
But it was serendipitous. Cool. All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.
That was L and B. Next up is an interview with Jose. Take it away, Jose. Okay, so tell us a little about yourself and what brings you here.
Well, I'm a psychiatrist, and I come here because this is a very cohesive, inclusive, and very down to earth group of people where everybody shares and mingles and participates, interacts with everybody. Not only for sex, but there's also this community sense, which I feel like a psychiatrist has a lot of impact in mental health because it's not about prejudice or kind of judgment or being judgmental. It's more about yourself. Let be free and be yourself and ease that anxiety, that fear in general.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool that you're a psychiatrist. I want to ask you more about that. What do you make of the mental health of people here? Is that a weird question? Like, how does coming here affect people's mental health, do you think?
I do not think that it affects. On the contrary, what's the influence? I think it depends on each one's journey as to how you make out of it, what you learn, what you feel, what you embrace. And my thought is that be who you want to be, you do you, that frees you, and that is very liberating. And that's a way for you to release the stress or the prejudices, maybe some depression, and be more thoughtful about being in the moment. And that's what we're doing here.
Cool, yeah. How many of these have you been to?
I think this is my 8th or 10th time.
Oh, wow. Wow. What have you learned about yourself, or how have you grown from being here that many times?
That I'm very content to be me amongst these beautiful people, men, women, everybody. And I feel this is just another part of the chosen family that brings me joy, and I feel I can share the joy with others. And again, this is just a beautiful community for everybody.
Cool. What are some of the your best memories or the things you've loved the most in your time here?
I think every moment is being a memory. Every moment is different, but to me the most important is when I come in and I see people that no matter whether you have sex or not, is the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the camaraderie, and the feeling safe and with among other beautiful people. That's what I learned, and I love it.
Yeah, you can't do the things I'm looking around and seeing right now in public if you don't feel a sense of safety and a safe container. So that's what allows for all this. I think I saw you giving an underwater blowjob. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
That's impressive.
I was trying to kind of recall my swimmer skills, so I don't know if I did a good job anyway.
Yeah, I thought there was no sex in the pool, but I guess that counts.
Okay, are we talking about what is sex? Is we're going back to is sex or not sex? It's just oral performance?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, nobody was complaining, so.
Yeah, no, but this is the rub. This is the beauty plan. Like you can be having intimacy or connecting with other in sex way. Other people are socializing. Other people are watching. Everybody is like around. Like nothing is happening because nothing is happening with everything. It's just a beautiful universe where we all cohabit, and that's what it's all about at the end.
Yeah. Beautiful. What do you think of the fact that I'm here and not having sex all weekend?
That it's your journey, and which is beautiful, and this is also part of that we're here for. You don't need to come to events like this to have sex necessarily. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's also about the connection within yourself, identifying with your community and with yourself. So you are a handsome, beautiful man, and you are going through your journey, and that's fantastic. So that's why places like this is like welcome. You're home.
Thank you. I love that. I've been having a lot of funny conversations with people about that. But what you said is really how I'm feeling, which is like, yeah, the past 2 times I've come and have a lot of sex, but like there really is so much more going. That's really just one piece of it. It's part of this feeling of being free and liberated to do whatever you want. But it's not something you have to do. And you can enjoy this environment for so many reasons, not just that. Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want people to know, or any final thoughts?
Just try to be who you want to be. You do you, you be you, and feel okay with that. And it, try to not hide, or if not necessarily that you're gonna be hiding around if you have to. However, it's okay to speak up. And at some point, it's liberated, not necessarily on the sexual point of view, but it's okay to embrace, accept yourself. We need to learn how to be more compassionate, mostly around these times. So try to put that away and think about yourself because you're worthy.
Beautiful. Lovely. Thank you very much, Jose. That was Jose. And last up for this episode, we have Sean, and his friend Derek joins a little bit towards the end. Sean and his friend Derek, enjoy. Okay, hello. So tell us a little about yourself and what brings you here.
I'm Sean. I'm a new bi. I'm 56, going to be 57, and just discovered I'm a bisexual man.
Cool.
And I found out about BFF through my wife, actually, who came out as bisexual about 2 years before me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And
nice.
so through her journey and helping her go to like Seattle Pride, Disney Pride, and Boise Pride, which I'm from Boise, and I started to have feelings, and a lot of things I wrapped up and threw in the closet that when I was a child, because I had a lot of childhood trauma around sexuality, I started coming up, and I came here. We found a community near where we live, and things have been wonderful. It's really, I'm 56 and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Oh, beautiful. I love it. How did you get to the point where you were able to like accept it for yourself and start coming out, or if you have?
I just started. I found pretty quickly coming out as bisexual was easy, but finding where I fit in that space was difficult. Because then all of a sudden you come to these events and you're like, am I a top? Am I a bottom? Am I oral only? Where do I fit? What feelings do I? Do I like this? Do I not like this? So it's been about 2 years, and actually I think this weekend really has solidified what I've thought all along. I'm pretty much bi-oral, but I'll talk because I love sucking dick, but I'll talk occasionally to people I really trust, and I've made good friendships with. But I must be an anomaly because every time I've had a bottom, I just don't get anything out of it, and so it's really solidified me in this space where I'm like, okay, I finally know where I am. I don't have to stress about it anymore, and I don't have to worry about when someone comes up and asks me, let's go play. Well, does he want me to be a bottom? Does he want me to be a top? I don't have to worry about that. I know where my parameters are now. But it took about 2 years for me to finally find that space.
Cool. That's awesome you did. It's like there are all these different spectrums, top, bottom, dominant, submissive, like, and they're not necessarily correlated with your sexuality or what gender you're attracted to, but people seem to think they are a lot. So
Right.
It's cool you found your place on it.
I'm a total sub.
Interesting.
I
We're both sub tops then.
For men, I cannot dominate women at all. I hate it. I've done it a couple times. I hate it. It's the worst. But I enjoy being a sub. My favorite is strong women who know exactly who they are.
Same.
I have some trouble with male energy. Like last night I went into a room and it was like 30 guys and 2 women, and there was so much testosterone in the room, I had to leave. It was a little much for me. But that's another learning experience for me that I'm glad I figured out.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, everything that happens here you can learn from. Like even if you're in somewhere that's not for you, it's a valuable experience. Why do I want to press you on this? Like, why do you think it was so easy to come out, but it also took you a long time to realize it in life?
Well, so when I was coming into puberty, 12, 13, me and my best friend, we sucked dick all the time. And then his brother caught us. What are you two faggots doing in there? Shut down. I was molested a little bit later by a family friend, So sexuality, that all just got, so all that interest disappeared. Stuck in. I met my wife a few years later, so my focus was on her. Little did I know I was a sub and she's a total dom. And so, but we didn't discover that until a couple of years ago either. But it's funny how that stuff is playing out as you look back. You're like, oh, that all makes sense now. So my entire focus in my life is on her. We're here at this event because of her. If she says we're not going, we don't go. If she says we're not playing, we're not playing. So everything revolves around her. So my whole life has been revolved around what she wants. So sexuality never even crossed my mind until she's like, I'm bisexual. Oh, and then I had another really good friend tell me, you found your road real easy because she built the freeway for you. She spent 5 years struggling with it and figuring it out. And for me, it took me 2 months, and I'm on Facebook. I'm bi. But that made me feel horrible. But my friend said, because you helped her and encouraging her and supporting her, for you, it made it so much easier to find that road. So, and also the community, we found this huge group of friends from Seattle that just took us under their wing and said, you don't feel any pressure with us, just be our friends. And that kind of encouragement where I don't feel pressure when we go to Seattle and play, or if I don't have to do something, they're like, okay, cool. Because I've had times at like BFF and Hito where guys will go, let's go play, and I'm like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. And then they look at you like you just murdered their wife, right? And it's the worst. And then you fall back because you're like, oh, was I supposed to do that? Am I supposed to be that? So it took me, like I said, it took me a couple of years to finally figure it out. Now I have the confidence. And that's hard for me to have that confidence, but I have it now.
Beautiful.
And your book was an immense part of that.
I was gonna say, can you talk about like the importance of hearing other people's stories that resonated and what that did for you?
Well, when I first started, sorry, my nerd friend is here.
He's putting his ass on you.
There's nothing out there for 50-something men who are like, oh, I am bisexual. I'm super jealous of the guys who knew in their teens and 20s. Oh, and they've had years and decades to figure out where they are at. I'm late in life. There's really nothing on the internet for bi men coming out. I found your podcast immensely helpful. And it was still two bi guys by two guys. And
Shout out Alex.
And then you said, I wrote a book. Got to instantly pre-order, get the book. I don't read. I've read one book in the last 20 years. I read your book in a day and a half. I'm crying. I'm on a camping trip. I'm crying in the hammock, hearing these stories, and I'm like, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. There's guys my age that are also coming out late. And that was immensely helpful to say there is a community out there, that there's other guys out there. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for writing that book, because it really jump-started me into giving me confidence to come to an event like this, to go. And that gave me the confidence to go to guys my age at these events at Hito and BFF, and I just would walk up to them, which is way out of my comfort zone, and go, can you tell me your story? And I had several guys. I had an Ironman triathlete cry in front of me, telling me his story, because he's a Gen Xer like me, telling me the same thing, the shame and all that. And I'm like, oh my God, other people feel that too. So it gave me the confidence to search out more, which was amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah, as much sex as there is here, there's also a lot of that, sharing stories, going over these histories and like real connections over stuff you don't find elsewhere.
When we first got in the lifestyle, it was like, of course, about sex, right? But my wife and I both now are like, it's meeting people, it's connections, it's finding stories. And then if we sleep with them or play with them, that's a bonus. But I don't have to sleep. I have friends here that I don't have to sleep with, and like they're like lifelong friends. Like this dork.
Lovely.
He's got a good story too. But and actually, come here, asshole. Come here. He's the one at summer when I was in super in my head and I couldn't function and I couldn't do anything. I was lost. And I told him, And he came over to me and just put his arm around me and just said, "You're okay. I've been there too."
Aw.
And he really got me over that hump.
First.
It really did. And
Talking about being bi.
yes, and it really, and I tell this all the time. He changed my life because it gave me the confidence to go. It's okay to be bi, and I'm not where he's at. Maybe one day I will be, but I'm not now, and it's okay. And that's the first time I've seen all the media and all the people I talked to. He's the first one that resonated with me. So
I'm definitely out to the lifestyle people, but like not out of that. So I mean, it's hard to come out at work going, I love dick.
Yes. And how many of these have you been to? This is for podcast. Are you good to share?
Yeah, this is our third. This is our third one. The vibe here. The people are amazing. I've never felt so welcomed. And if you want to be bi or think about being bi, you should come to this.
Yeah. And what was your journey to understanding your own bisexuality?
No, I'm just a pervert. I just love the sex turned me on, and then I finally started looking and seeing, and I see guys as beautiful as women and as sexual creatures like women, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's a completely different feeling, but it's amazing.
When in your life did that happen, and like, was it a struggle, or once you realized, was it like great?
No, it was a struggle. 24 years ago, we played with our first couple, which we're still friends with today, and here at the venue today. Tried it, liked it, and then there, of course, was my wife not knowing if I was going to go gay or if what I was going to do. So the uncertainties of things, and then the uncertainties in your own self. And then you just, over time, you figure things out and you work things out. And yeah, it's good.
Cool. And also, by the way, I just wanted to say, like, it's so cool that your wife sort of paved that trail for you and came out first. Like you said, you were supporting her, I'm sure, to be able to do that. And also, a lot of guys don't realize, like, maybe they have a wife who's not bi or they think is straight, but they may pave the way for their wife. Like, I've met a lot of guys who come out and that opens their wife up to explore, are they straight? Are they monogamous? And they had never thought about it. So someone's got to go first, but you never know what could happen after that.
my wife, we went to the first Bihito takeover, but I was straight.
Right.
And I spent the whole time going, what about her? What about her? What about her? Right? And she was like, would you just back the fuck off? So when we got invited to come to BFF, I was like, I can't go because I'm straight. And so she came with a friend of ours. And I was like, you need to go because you don't need me over your back. And then she's texting me, oh, I've had my first foursome. Oh, I've been with my first transfer. I'm having the best time. So I'm at home miserable, right? And that's kind of what kickstarted my bi journey to me going, well, why am I had no problem with her being with another guy or being in a hotel or anything. That was never an issue. It was just like, why am I struggling with this so hard? And then after about a week of her being gone, it finally kicked. I was like, well, we played with a couple and I sucked that guy's dick and I liked it. So
that's a clue.
Maybe there's something going on there and that got me going.
Like something, it's probably a clue.
Yeah, so maybe that was, and so it kickstarted me. Instead of me fighting it, I just let it in.
Cool. Yeah.
And when you're surrounded by people that truly care, it makes it an amazing journey. So don't be by yourself. Yeah. Find people that are like this or accepting.
Right. And the nice thing about the BFF is it's the whole weekend long. You have a lot of time to actually get to know people and not just show up at 9 p.m., fuck, and leave at midnight. So it really fosters this community.
It's not a club scene or a bathhouse scene or anything like that. You get to know people. And then you come back and Jose, it's been a year now. Yeah. It's been a year now.
Yeah.
And you come back and jumps right on the dick.
Love it. Any final thoughts or anything else you want people to know?
I would like the people, no matter your age, you're not alone. There is a community out there. Even if you've been told your whole life it's inappropriate and not the Christian thing to do or whatever, there is a community out there that will support you. And it's not all about sex. It really, we play at night, and that's like for 3 hours or But then we're here the rest of the day. We're here at 11 a.m. and it's all about fostering friendships and finding community. So you're not alone. Just reach out, and you will find your way.
Definitely.
I've
Come to Seattle because our group is awesome.
I have never gone up to a person and have them tell me, no, I'm not interested in telling you my story. Every single person, every single one of them has been like, okay, yeah, let me tell you. And it's very, very helpful for a late in life person coming out.
Cool. Thank you for letting me partake.
Yeah, thank you both. Thanks so much for being on the podcast. Well, that was the first installment of this BFF series. Maybe I should just do a whole podcast about BFF and all the other bi-weekend orgy parties. There are beginning to be enough of them that we could do a whole series on them. There's another one at Hedonism in Jamaica. They have a bi-week. There's another event in September and March, I believe, called Ho Weekend. And there's like a bi cruise. But for now, we've got 3 episodes. So stay tuned for the next 2. And thanks for being here and listening to this one. See you next time. 2 Bi Guys by 1 Bi Guy is produced and edited by me, Robert Brooks Cohen, and it was created by me and Alex Boyd. Our logo art is by Caitlin Weinman. Our music is by Ross Mincer. To learn more about my individual and group coaching offerings, visit robertbrookscohen.com. And to help support this podcast, visit patreon.com/robertbrookscohen. You'll get full video episodes, early access, and bonus content. Thank you for listening to 2 Bi Guys by 1 Bi Guy.